Welcome to Tabletop Gaming Guild. Tabletop Gaming Guild is all about the experiences and memories that playing games with friends and families can create. Today we'll be playing through Alien, the role-playing game, and this is our first time playing this. Even Peter's DMing this, but he's also his first time playing this, so we'll try to do the best we can. And like any good GM, Peter will not make any mistakes. If there's anything you think is wrong, it's homebrew.
Yeah, so everybody, I've been excited to run this for the Tabletop Gaming Guild guys for a little while now, but like Nathan just said, it's my first time getting to play this game, and so I've done my best to pick up on the rules as best as possible, and we will see how things go. My goal here is as long as one of these guys is killed by an alien at some point, it's a success. So we are going to play Alien, the role-playing game. We are playing the starter set adventure, which is called Chariot of the Gods. And for those of you out there who don't know, Alien, the role-playing game is published by Free League Publishing. And yeah, it's going to be a good time. So first thing that we're going to dive into here, everybody, is real quick, just a quick understanding of the some of the mechanics of the game. Everybody's going to have their character. These characters are all pre-generated characters that come with the starter set. Those characters come with personal agendas, and ahead of the game, I have doled out the personal agendas to those party members. I also doled out their characters to them, so they didn't choose their characters. I chose the character for them, and so they're going to be playing those characters as best as they possibly can with a focus on the personal agenda that they have been given. Alien is supposed to be played either cinematically or campaign style. We will be playing this adventure cinematically, so it's going to be a little bit kind of like playing through one of the Alien movies. And there is, in the adventure, it is broken up into 3 acts. So tonight's session will more than likely just focus on Act 1, and we'll see where that takes us. So Alien is a D6 system, so we're going to be rolling 6-sided dice. 6s are successes, and anything else, if you don't roll at least 1 6 from your dice, then it will be a failure. The failure isn't going to probably be anything too terrible until we eventually start adding stress dice into the game. So the game, if you're playing with a physical set, buy the starter kit. It comes with 2 sets of dice, a black set of dice for your base dice and a yellow set of dice for your stress dice. Once you start gaining stress from the situations around you, stress can be gained by pushing a roll. Say you fail and you decide, well, I don't want to fail, I want to try again to succeed. Then you take 1 level of stress, you add 1 stress die to your pool, and that will remain there until you can eventually get rid of some of that stress. Stress can also be gained by taking on really stressful situations, firing your gun rapidly at somebody, or being attacked by somebody or something. Seeing anything that might be considered gruesome or horrifying can also give you stress. And then if you eventually roll a failure on your stress die, that can lead to what's called a panic roll. And a panic roll is rolling 1d6, adding that number to your current stress level, and then we compare that to a chart that tells us what happens to you from that panic roll. And that can be anything from as low as nothing, you keep it together, to you go catatonic and you can't do anything anymore. It's terrible and sad. So there's all sorts of stuff that can happen in between there. This game is very what I would consider rule heavy, maybe. It's just got a lot of stuff to it. So we're probably going to go a little rules light tonight. We'll see how it goes. As much as I can possibly remember, we'll put in there. This is a game that sometimes you're even being very careful with your gear. There are things that are consumable, like air. If you're in an EVA suit, you might only have so much air. So it gets pretty nitty gritty, which I think can be very fun. And we'll see how it goes. And for those of you who are wondering, in Alien, the GM stands for Game Mother. Mother being a thing that comes up quite a bit in the Alien world.
Do I have to call you Mother?
Only when I am speaking on behalf of Mother. But yes, at that point, you could definitely refer to me as.
Do I have to precede statements with Mother, may I?
Mother might appreciate that, actually. Very, very polite of you. All right, so here we go. I am going to start by reading to you from the situation that says, "What's the story, Mother?" And this is going to kind of give you the beginning of the scenario. All right, let's play Alien. You are space truckers on the Starfreight USCSS Montero, running the Gauntlet, the trade route between Anchor Point Station and the frontier. Your ship's cargo hold is packed with dozens of tanks of dangerous tritium gas that is in the process of decaying into extremely profitable helium-3. Usually cargoes such as these are towed in massive tanker modules that transport much higher concentrations of the gas at a safe distance from a freight hauler. The Montero isn't rated as a commercial towing vehicle, however, and this small run is a special order for a Weyland-Yutani corporate account on Sutter's World, a newly established frontier colony. While the trip so far has been fairly routine, the Montero's sensors developed a glitch before you left Anchor Point and sporadically pinged contact with the sensor reflection before you activated the displacement drive and went faster than light. Your cargo run so far has been without incidents, and now you are just awakening from hypersleep, ready to deliver your goods to the colony of Sutter's World. To our first map, which is the USCSS Montero. As was just stated, you'd be waking up in the cryo chamber of this ship, and you will hear a voice coming from the ship, which all of you know to be the AI in charge of the ship, Mother. And Mother says, "Good morning. Good morning. Time to hydrate. Everybody to the galley. Everybody to the galley."
Okay, let's wake up and get going.
I get up, take some pills out of my bottle, say woohoo, and run to the galley.
Well, at least I got energy.
All right, so two of our players have made their way to the galley. What
I
about
will
the
stretch
others?
up and get myself ready to go and head my way off to the galley.
I immediately start getting out some drinks and food and put it out and start eating.
Few of you have made your way to the galley. Then once you're in the galley, at this point, it would be good for everybody to go around and tell us their character's name and their job here on the USCSS Montero. I will be playing our lone NPC of the group for right now, and if something would happen to one of your other characters, I may then hand off this NPC to one of you whose characters may have met an untimely demise.
But that'll happen.
No. This is Alien, where everybody runs into unicorns and puppy dogs, and everything is happy. So you see in the galley a young female. She's age 23. She's got her cap on, Weyland Yutani cap that she's wearing, and this is the technician here on ship, and her name is Kayla Rye, and she's got kind of a continual scowl on her face. For someone so young, she seems to be a little bit on the dour side most of the time. Sometimes you would think somebody so young, maybe they would kind of lift the spirits with their energy. She is not that individual. She looks over at all of you. She says to Leah Davis, "You need to tone it down."
I say, you need to shut it while I eat my food.
And Kayla rolls her eyes at that. And at that, since we've heard from Leah just a second, Leah, tell us a little bit about yourself.
I am your adrenaline junkie pilot, here to pilot you through this mess alive and get back home and collect my money.
Right, gotta have that money. What does Leah look like?
Well, I'm obviously awesome. Short, dark hair, tall, well built.
Yeah, absolutely.
Athletic, because I'm an adrenaline junkie. I do need to look for more pills, though.
Oh, starting to feel it already, huh?
In fact, while you guys are talking, I'm rifling through the galley looking for pills.
Okay, sounds good.
This won't be a problem later.
So while the next individual tells us a little bit about themselves, Leah, why don't you go ahead then? You've told me that you're wanting to look for pills. Why don't you go ahead on your character sheet and give me an observation check? Oh, look at that, everybody. Just what you want to find.
Yeah, success.
So Leah, as you began to search around the galley, you are lucky enough to find a couple small pills that you had remembered that you had stashed away here in the galley just for such an occasion, and you go ahead and you can take those couple of pills and put them into your bottle.
This evening, will be playing John J. Wilson. Ladies and gentlemen, my character is 43, dark-skinned, wears a beard, and I am your corporate liaison on this mission. So I work for Weyland-Yutani and to make sure that their investments are well represented.
So John J. he's the man.
I'm
he's
the man.
He is a man who is the man, pressing everybody.
No, not oppressing.
Oh,
No.
The company is our friend.
All right. So we've met Kayla, we've met Leah, we've met John J.
Oh, and as I am hydrating in the galley. Can I get Mother, the AI, to just give us a situation update?
Oh my gosh, there's always reports with you.
Mother, what is our current situation?
Everything is happening according to specifications, according to our agenda.
Wow. Enlightening, John. Thanks. I
Thank you.
continue to eat all my food.
I am the captain, Vanessa Miller, and I'm running this ship. This is hopefully going to be my ship at some point. But currently I am running it for the corporation. And currently I am checking my settings with Mother and making sure the rations are given out appropriately. It means Wilson gets like half rations and Davis gets a little extra.
My name is Lyron, 32, with dark curly hair and scraggly beard. I am the handler on the ship. I take care of the cargo for everybody. Very pally guy, as just kind of talk around, checking on everyone. Like, hey, how are you doing coming out of hypersleep here? I'm doing all right. Do you need anything?
Yeah, I need more money. I am not making nearly enough money for this job.
Well, that I can't help you with, but the company man here, I'm sure, might be able to assist you a little bit with that. If we do a really good job, which all of us are doing a great job so far, granted it's only been 10 minutes, maybe there might be a little extra bonus money into it for us.
Yeah, what about it, man? What about it, John?
Just a little note to the rest of the crew members. I've been embedded with the crew for 6 months now, evaluating your performance to determine whether or not your ship and crew should either be scrapped and fired or promoted and given a new ship.
Oh, okay. Okay. Well, I mean, we're doing a good job. We're working pretty darn hard out here.
So my response to this question is just to sort of nod solemnly in agreement.
Yeah, I think we're doing pretty well. I mean, if we had a slightly more robust engine, we could have already been done by now. But with what we have, I think we're doing an excellent job here.
Yeah, absolutely. And you know what? We're getting close to our destination. This what was the name of the stupid frontier place? Anybody remember the name? Sumner, Sutter, something like that. Or like, does anybody know? Like, are we almost there? One of you tech guys, you like check this thing out, pilot, Leah?
I will pilot when I want to pilot. You shut it, Callie. I'm eating.
Hey, can't we all just get along here?
I don't take orders from children.
We've all been together for a long time. Let's just finish this up, and we'll all be happier for it.
Yeah. Well, let's finish this meal, Davis. After you're done your meal, you should check our navigation, and we'll go from there.
Okay, fine. And Kayla grabs her bowl of whatever gruel she has here in the galley, and she starts to walk out of the galley down the corridor.
That child, loud enough for her to hear. Well, I finished my food and I throw it into the compactor thingy there, and I start heading up to the bridge.
Okay.
I will also head towards the bridge.
I am going to go back to cryo and just do some routine checks to make sure, the final vitals, like everybody's vitals throughout the trip, was looking all right.
I'm going to head to cargo, make sure everything is as it should be. Now, for me, would that be tankage? Is that where I'm heading?
Yeah, probably. That would probably be correct. All right. So everybody has started to go about their duties and start figuring out what the situation is. Captain Miller went to the cryo chambers just to double check the data to make sure that everybody was on the up and up after their long sleep. So Captain Miller, could you go ahead and give me a check as well? And for that, I'm going to jump over to the character sheet, and that is going to be a ComTech check as you go to check the computers, which you will see is not your strongest suit.
Nope, and I don't get a modifier, right?
You have 2 wits and 0 from your ComTech, so you'll just be rolling two dice. Yep.
I still got a success. So great.
You still got a success.
You still got a success on there, so well done. So yeah, so you jump into the computer real quick, type up what it is that you're looking for. You can see that everyone's vital statistics good. It looks like everybody rested and slept the way that they were supposed to. And so as far as Mother and the ship can tell, everybody is on the up and up when it comes to their health. Lyron, you went down to check on the cargo hold just to make sure that everything was also secure there. So you're going to go ahead and give us a heavy machinery check there as you were just looking around and checking on all of the cargo of the tritium that is there.
Hey, I succeeded.
I hope you did. That's a lot of dice.
So Lyron is definitely focusing on his skill set right now as he is here in the ship, looking up information, making sure that everything is good to go. And yeah, Lyron, you can see that all the tritium that was there when your ship left and before you went into cryosleep is still here. Everything is secure, meaning that whatever autopilot your pilot Leah Davis put into the ship has been good and accurate. You're assuming, no one was rocking the boat on the way here. Everything was good.
Good.
All right. So John Jay and Leah, you both went up to the bridge. And Leah, you're the pilot, and you know that your job on getting close to your destination would be to hail your destination, let them know of your imminent arrival.
All right, the first thing I do is I say, Mother, what's ETA to destination?
Mother would tell you ETA to destination is imminent. She would say that within the hour.
Okay, Mother, open comm chat.
Comm chat is open.
Sutter's World, this is the USCSS Montero. We're reaching your destination under 1 hour here. Looking for clearance for landing.
So so you get comm check going. You reach out to Sutter's World, and something that you've come to be used to is the silence of space. But being this close to your destination, you're definitely within hailing distance. And after about 5 minutes of silence, you start to worry a little bit because you do not get a response.
All right, I repeat, Sutters, this is the USCSS Montero. We're imminently arriving. Please respond.
So you send out another call.
Yeah.
And again, you kind of like look over to John Jay. John Jay looks at you, and both of you are met with sounding silence. Again, John Jay, you said you were also coming to the bridge. What is it you were hoping to do while you?
Well, I just wanted to figure out where we were at, so that's why I came up here. So I'm going to take a look at the controls at this point. See what where the navs say we are, to make sure that we're in the right spot and everything.
Yeah, sure. So you can jump onto the navs and check that with a comtech.
Oh, this is going to be terrible for me.
You're going to get 4 dice out of this.
There we are.
Oh, look at that. The dice like you guys tonight. I'm seeing a lot of successes.
Don't worry, our ineptitude will shine through later.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
All right. So, So, John Jay, you jump onto the comtech. You began to check out the navigation star charts. You start to take a look at those navigational star charts, and you think, man, something looks a little off from what you remember seeing Sutter's World to look like in the location in the stars. Go ahead and give me another comtech roll as you try to start to figure out where exactly you are.
Okay, here's the second check. Also got a success there.
Get that another success. Okay, so with that successful roll, John Jay, you realize you and the crew of the USCSS Montero are nowhere near Sutter. You are in deep space between stars. Actually, John Jay, do you say anything about that when you see that, or do you keep that internal?
Is there internal comms on the ship?
There are some internal comms, yes, okay, for sure. Right. So what would be your initial reaction to gaining that information?
My initial reaction to gaining that information would be to hit the internal comms and say something to the effect of, Captain to the bridge.
Okay. All right, Captain. Before you can make it to the bridge, and actually before you even hear that call go out over the intercom, you will hear Mother speak to you.
GMs and players are passing ninja notes.
Yep,
as we speak.
Absolutely. So
nothing bad's going to happen here.
Okay, so at this point, I would be storming onto the bridge.
Okay.
And, the doors haven't really even fully opened. I was like, status update.
I'm unable to hail our destination.
We're not nowhere near this colony.
At this point, John Jay, Leah, and Captain Miller, all of you gain 1 stress level.
Oh boy.
That's okay. I live on stress.
Oh yeah, absolutely. So the 3 of you are up there. Lyron, you would have heard John Jay over the intercom call the captain to the bridge. You can do with that information as you. But yeah, go ahead and keep talking, everybody.
So Davis, pull up our route, find out what path we took and where we are right now. Wilson, make yourself useful. Whatever. Also. Well, maybe Wilson, you can maybe manage the comms. There's a unknown ship trying to hail us with a distress signal. Try to see if you can pull that up and play it for us.
Okay, yes, I will investigate this distress signal.
Okay, so John Jay, you said you're gonna try to take a look at the distress signal then?
I'm going to try to figure out our location.
Yeah, so let's go ahead and have Leah, as you try to figure out everything there on the machines, your station, go ahead and give me a comm tech check as well as you're messing around with the navigations. So your piloting is rather high, but your actual Comtech navigation. So everybody, what we see right now is we see that 4 dice were rolled for Leah. One of them was a yellow stress die, but it showed up as blank. So that is okay. It is not a success or a stress, but there was also no success rolled on the 3. So this is a failure. So it's our first failure, but it is not stress failure. So we're not going to have any panicking just yet. It doesn't look like.
Curses.
Leah, so you start messing around with the navigational charts, and you're really mostly just really befuddled by the fact that you're not seeing what you thought you would see, which again, as much as Mother has said, or at least John Jay with his navigational stuff has said that you're not in your Sutler's World, plus you haven't heard them reply to your hails, you still half expected to pull up the navigation and be very easily able to locate on the star charts Sutter's World. You can't find it anywhere on the current chart. Confirming John Jay's previous statement. Well, John Jay actually hasn't said to anybody where he thinks you are yet. So, but you don't see Sutter's World anywhere. John Jay, you were also trying to look into the course that you were supposed to have taken.
No, I was going to check out this distress signal.
Okay, you were going to check out the distress signal. All right. Go ahead. Give me an observation check then as you listen in to the distress signal.
Wow.
Oh boy.
Oh man,
All
it starts going
Yikes.
downhill really quickly.
So again, no extra stress is added at this point, but that was another failure. And so as you are listening to the distress signal, very garbled, definitely can recognize voices. It sounds like you think you can hear possibly what might be some screaming in the background, but at the same time, you're not 100% sure. Could just be feedback, could just have been a poor recording, or that the recording itself has like degraded in some way, but you're not able to really pull together anything other than the fact that, yeah, this is a distress signal, but it's not giving you any extra information. All right, what's anybody else doing?
I turn to the captain while this is happening and ask him, or maybe I ask Mother, what's this ship out there? Can we identify this?
Mother hears you, and you ask her if you can identify this.
Specifically what the ship is that's sending us this message.
She will tell you, upon receiving distress signal, I recharted the course to the source of the information, of the source of the distress call. We are now 30 minutes from intercepting the source of the distress call.
Mother, open comm channel. See if we can.
Comm channel open.
Well, actually, close comm channel. Sorry, Captain. Can we talk to them?
Go ahead. Yes. Oh, you please open comms. Meanwhile, I better check on the rest of the crew and make sure they're being productive. Keep me updated. You can always hail me through the intercom. So I'm gonna go check on what's Evan's character's last name?
Cham,
Cham?
Yep.
Yep.
CHAM, Cham.
What's your role?
handler.
So would I know where he is on the ship? Would Mother be able to tell me?
Yeah, if you were to ask Mother, she'd be able to reach, like, check vitals throughout the ship and let you know where he would be located.
Mother, please locate Cham for me.
Handler Cham, upper landing, claw
Okay.
chamber.
So I will head over to the upper landing.
When you get to the upper landing, you will kind of have like a view down into the tankage area, and you can see Cham is down there checking the straps on all of the tritium tanks, making sure that everything is safe and sound and secure.
Cham, what's the status?
I'll turn around, look up, give a big old thumbs up, like everything's looking good.
How volatile is the gas right now?
Well, let me ask the GM. How volatile is the gas right now?
In its current state, I mean, it's secure, so that's fine. But if something were to happen in the ship, I guess if that's what your question would be, you would know that tritium is an incredibly volatile substance. And if anything were to occur untoward in this area, big booms could happen.
So what I'll say is, it's holding steady. Good thing we're pulling into port here pretty soon.
So
All right.
I'm gonna have Cham double check all the security. of all the gas. Let them know that we're entering a potentially volatile situation with the potential rescue effort, and I want everything, fully secured. No risk of anything flying around down here if we have to make any evasive maneuvers.
Oh boy.
Whoa, we're not rescue people. I handle cargo. I don't rescue things. I move heavy stuff.
Hey, I'm sure there'll be a bonus in it for if we rescue another ship. I mean, if it's a company ship, that's great. I'm sure they'll reward us, and if not, maybe they'll just let us take the ship if there's nobody left on there. But maybe it's a better ship. But if it's not a company ship, I'm sure they'll compensate us. So and by moral codes, we're supposed to do it anyways.
I get that, and we should help out the people the best we can. But any bonuses or ships might not matter if this decides to pop.
I mean, worst case, we have to dump the cargo. I mean, this cargo is not really worth all that much. We're barely scraping by it, frankly, with this cargo.
But this is our job. We're supposed to deliver the cargo.
You're correct. We got to do our job. I had a moment of weakness. We'll move forward. Let's get our job done.
I already double-checked everything. Everything's good.
Excellent.
All right. Meanwhile, I'm opening that comm channel.
Yep.
So with comm channel open, I'd say this is USCSS Montero responding to your distress signal. Please respond. I take it there's no response.
You receive no response.
Again, this is the USCSS Montero responding to your distress signal. Please respond.
Again, you get no response. But at this point, as you have been navigating, you do receive a ping signal showing that you are quickly approaching your current destination. From the window of the bridge, looking out, what had been once vastly empty space, you see a small speck quickly closing in on your destination.
I asked Mother to put the distress signal on the speakers so that we could both listen to it.
Both of you go ahead and give me another observation check as you listen into the distress signal.
That's another no success rolls on both of us, folks.
Yeah,
it's a great time.
Six dice. So again, the same garbled message, John Jay, you heard previously is now heard by you and Leah both. On second listen to it, you think you might have been right that it sounds like a little bit of yelling, maybe, or screaming or something in there somewhere, but it is badly degraded and very garbled, and you walk away with not much more information than that.
Mother, can you open a comm chat with the captain?
Comm chats and ship open.
Captain, I need a go for landing on responding to this distress call. No answer from the object yet.
Are we close enough to do any vital scans?
Mother, are we close enough to do any vital scans?
Yes, I can scan. Would you like me to scan?
Yes, Mother.
Scan in progress. So Mother does send out signals to scan the ship and can quickly let you know that the ship that you are approaching seems to be slowly moving in its current speed, its last achieved speed of 0.04 light speed. The engines of the ship are dead and seems to be moving on inertia alone. There are no lights, exterior or interior, currently on the ship from her scan. There are signals of life on the ship.
All right, comm open to Captain. Captain, you're going to have to make a choice. I have to tilt the ship to be able to match and dock at speed.
I am returning to the bridge as this is going on. One more check. Mother, can you please see if you can identify this ship and what its purpose is?
Mother is able to give you make and model of the ship. Whatever its purpose is, she would not be able to tell you. She will tell you that it's an older model of ship. It is a Wayland SEV M3 Heliads class spacecraft.
I tried to mask my disappointment that it's an older ship.
She will tell you it is a rather large ship. It has it's like a four-tiered, four-deck ship, in case that helps as well. And then she will actually begin to transmit to you the schematics of this make and class, especially for Leah's knowledge in case docking would become a thing.
I'm going to keep an eye on this ship, like through the viewports as we approach it, see if I can't make out any like identifying markings, or see if there's any external damage.
Yep. So you're all very at this point. The three of you. Is it just three of you on the bridge right now?
Yep.
Yeah. Lyron's still down in the tankage. So the three of you are looking out the window of the bridge here, and the ship continues to get closer. Leah is at this point still. Leah, are you still letting the autopilot take control right now, or are you overriding autopilot?
I'm getting ready to.
Okay, just checking.
Since she would know, like once it's getting pretty close, she's going to start switching that over and start tilting the ship to match and getting ready just in case we do need to dock.
Yep. So Mother has the exterior lights on your ship right now on the Montero, so that you can try to get a closer visual of the other ship. John Jay, go ahead and give me an observation check to see if you can make out anything on the ship currently.
Okay, hopefully we have a couple successes. That would be nice.
All right, there we go.
I broke our streak of zeros.
We've got one success. So so with that success, you begin to make out the name of the ship emblazoned upon the side of it, and you see the word Cronus, Cronus.
I just say underneath my breath, the Kronos.
Is that name familiar to you?
Science ship. It's been missing for years, decades.
And there shouldn't be life on there, should it?
Who was the one who did the scans? I heard the results of the scans, right? I heard the results of the scans.
Yeah, Mother spoke that over the comms to the bridge.
Could people be alive after that? Could there still be somebody alive on the ship? And now I'm just talking aloud.
Yeah, but Mother, assuming that when you're talking out loud, you're talking to Mother, responds, cryo sleep.
Captain, I need a decision. We landing?
Let's get ready to dock. Do not open the dock right away. I want to do full O2 checks before we break the seal. And I want to make sure we're all geared up because there's something living on there. It may or may not be human. Hopefully it's human. But in the meantime, let's make sure we have our compressor suits ready and any weapons we can have in case the doors needs to be breached. I want to have Cham with his cutting torch ready. So basically, I'm distributing out the equipment.
Okay. Do you want everybody to be on the bridge with you, Captain, or are you going to go around to them where they're currently at on the ship to hand out things?
I will call all hands to the bridge.
Okay.
All right, I take it off autopilot, tilt the ship, and start the docking sequence.
Okay, so Leah, you would have received from Mother, like I said, the schematics of the ship that you were approaching. You know that it is a 4-decked ship and that the docking station is on the top deck of the ship itself.
Probably where ours is too, Salta.
Yes. So the main junction ladderways, there's a main junction from the top that will allow you access down into the ship. And from there would be ladderways to the lower sections of the ship then, the lower decks. As you go ahead and take the ship off of autopilot and begin to make your maneuver to close in on the ship close enough for docking, go ahead and make your first piloting check.
Oh, you better be good at this.
Look at all them dice. Look at all them dice.
Get like 800 dice.
One success.
Yeah, I get one success.
One success.
But I have
all right, which we haven't talked about this yet, but if you would ever have more than one success, then there are stunts that you can use the extra successes to perform.
Oh, that would have been perfect.
Davis, take it in slowly. No, nothing fancy. Don't try to anything.
So Davis does follow the schematics that Mother has given her, and she begins to rotate the ship so that docking can occur. At this point, if Captain Miller would like to, Captain Miller, go ahead and distribute said gear.
Okay. On my list of gear, I have compression suits, 5 of them, so one for everybody. We will have those at the ready in case, I suppose, we should probably all put them on just in case there's any risk of
sudden decompression. Yeah,
sudden decompression.
Yeah.
There is a place on your character sheet on the bottom right where you can actually put in your different gear items.
So everybody gets an IRC MK50.
So if everybody wants to, if you want to take the time, you could copy and paste that onto your character sheet.
Now, Cham is a handler, which is sort of like an engineer, it sounds like. So I think he would be best suited for our cutting torch.
Okay.
Does that sound fair? Why am I asking? I'm the captain.
That's right. You're the captain now. What are you asking for?
So if it's heavy machinery, I'm pretty good at it.
I don't believe we'll need our power loader yet. We'll keep that in storage. Let's see. Our NPC, what was that NPC's last name and role?
Rye, R-Y-E, Rye. Her role is your technician. She will tell you that if you're wanting her to do anything, she's really good with the computers on board, and she does okay with the heavy machinery if she has to.
Well, I got the closest tech item I got is this motion tracker.
Okay.
So I think that makes sense to give to our tech.
Right.
Davis, I want you armed. So I am going to give you the bolt gun, and I keep the service pistol.
Good.
And then harpoon grappling gun. Is that a large item? Is that like a handheld item or something that you can, sounds like it's more like something for that you can use like to grapple into the ship, right? I'm kind of curious about the incinerator. Is that like a flamethrower, or is that an actual incinerator unit?
No, the incinerator is like a handheld flamethrower. Correct.
Okay, I'm gonna keep that aside for now. We don't necessarily want large flames. I mean, definitely not on our ship, and we don't know what's on that ship.
Captain, I
Good.
request the flamethrower.
Denied.
I approve this. I approve this.
Oh, you're so boring.
But alive.
But alive.
But alive.
The grappling gun is just like a small spear gun.
Yeah, it looks like a handheld.
Sure, I will give that to Wilson. Here you go, Wilson. You can have that grappling gun. Don't
right.
shoot me, please.
All right, so something I will let everybody know now that we have distributed said items, the suit that you are each wearing, or that you will wear if and when you decide to leave the ship if you're being cautious, the IRC MK50 compression suit has a starting air supply of 5. And what that means is you will have to keep track of your air supply while wearing the suit and using that. So there is a place on the bottom left of your character sheet for consumables, and you would just type the number 5 in there, and I will let you know how to make your air supply checks when that becomes appropriate.
There's no bad can come from this.
Nope, not at all. Everything is fine here, everybody. So yes, so as you gain your weapons, you will want to eventually make note of the weapon's range, damage that it may do, and any bonuses that may come with it. If and when those things come into play, we'll make sure to go over that. All right, so Captain Miller has distributed said goods. Leah, pilot Davis succeeded on their check as they were trying to line themselves up with this derelict ship here in space. And Leah, you have gotten yourself perfectly aligned with the ship. You have not actually like tried to extend your docking unit, but you are in position to do so.
Okay, Mother, are you able to do a scan of the environment on the ship? What is the air quality and such?
Yes. So she has done that scan as well as you have asked her to scan, and she will respond that all systems on the ship are currently turned off. The air is currently not at a breathable level, and that it is freezing cold inside the ship. If you were to want to board the ship, you would need to wear your suits. If you didn't want to die.
Captain, how's there anyone alive on this ship?
Well, they could be in cryo. If they're in cryo, they should still be alive. Mother did mention something about cryo.
If they're dead, do we even have the room to salvage the ship?
Well, we can take what we need, and
We definitely need to investigate this.
I don't think we can tow this ship, so we'd have to just take what we can off the ship.
Operation update. All hands on deck, please observe. Recover scientific data and samples from USCSS Cronus. Escort the salvaged Cronus to Anchorhead or another Weyland-Yutani facility. Save crew members on the Cronus. Again, recover scientific data and samples from the USCSS Cronus. Escort the salvaged Cronus to Anchorhead or another Weyland-Yutani facility. Save crew members on the Cronus.
Can you give us some information on the Cronus, whatever you know?
I have given you all I know of said ship.
Wilson, you seem to recognize the name. Do you know anything about what they were working on?
Not really, just that it was a science vessel. Mother said that there's research data to be recovered. Could be valuable.
We should probably see if we could do a course correction right now with the with docked. If it will hold, we could course correct it towards the base. Fire once, so we're at least heading towards that direction while we investigate the ship.
Change its inertial movement.
Yeah, that
Seems
way
like a good call.
we're starting on that path instead of having to course correct later on. Mother, what would be the course correction needed to do this?
So you're suggesting connecting yourselves to the ship and then course correcting your ship, also course correct to the other ship?
Yep, and then fire, and then we can go board that ship, just so we're heading to the right direction.
She will tell you that, so when you dock, you would end up using what you would know, pilot, is the passageway umbilical. This ship is the Montero is equipped with a 10-meter long, so a little over 30 feet long passageway umbilical, which can be used to connect from your airlock to the airlocks of another spacecraft, allowing you passage without the need of a spacewalk. But that umbilical would not be able to sustain course correcting another ship with yours. That would break.
So we
the
don't
umbilical.
It's not a hard point. Gotcha.
Right. Yep.
Do we have any tracker functions to pull? I know we can't pull something this heavy, but we could maybe do it just enough to adjust the course. We obviously don't want to use the umbilical for that.
Yeah, is there any way we could change the course of this ship aside from getting on it and like turning the power back on and using its own engines maybe?
You will know, Captain, that the Montero is not commercially rated as a tug.
It's not commercially rated as a tug. That sounds like we might have to find a way to turn this thing on.
Okay. Can we get a layout of the ship?
Yes.
Yeah.
So let's see here. So she has already sent over schematics to our pilot friend, but I didn't actually send those over to you. So you would be coming in deck A from the point it's kind of like behind the neck of the ship called the junction. That is where the umbilical would connect.
Let's prepare to dock. Davis, start extending the umbilical. The rest, let's head up to the docking station.
All right, I start the docking sequence.
Okay, go ahead then and give me another piloting check as you begin the docking. So you begin docking sequence. You have already had yourself in the right position. You then begin to extend the umbilical from your ship to the other in order for it to latch on, and you do so successfully. You have created an umbilical cord between your ship and the Cronus.
I'm assuming we're going to put our suits on at this point.
Well, we're going to put them on and make sure we're secure before going over, that's for sure.
I'm just thinking this through. Be ready to take off if we need to.
I'm the pilot. I can talk to you guys on comms.
That's true.
Absolutely.
So we will, Davis, you will stay on the bridge, monitor our progress, seal the ship behind us, and we will head up. And actually, in that case, we'll leave the bolt gun with you. We'll be fine.
Well, so I have a question. Since I wasn't up here, I'm assuming we scanned the ship and we found life on the ship, correct?
Correct.
That is correct.
Do we know where the life is on the ship?
Mother said something about cryo beds, but I think that was more in reference to the question, how could somebody be still alive on the ship after all this time?
Because if we're going to save the people, we should probably want to know where we're going.
Yes, Mother, would you please locate the life signs on this ship?
Yes. So Mother would tell you that there is signs of life in multiple areas, but there seems to be the most, the source of most of the life would be in the cryo chambers. Multiple. She mentions cryo chambers.
Yeah, there's 3 there on deck 1, which is where we're entering, so...
Yes, we'll go across, and that's where we're going to head first.
Mother, do you know how many crew the Kronos would have had?
Unknown.
How many life signs do you show?
Because she will have that information. That would be 5.
5 life signs.
Yeah, 5 life signs in the cryo chamber.
Okay. Are they life signs active or inert? Basically, what's their heart rate? Are they actually showing that they're physically active, or are they possibly in cryo sleep?
She would indicate all life forms in cryo chambers in cryo sleep.
Okay.
Okay, that's a good sign. Wait, you said all life signs in the cryo chamber in cryo sleep. What about the life signs that are not in the cryo chamber?
Yeah, because that wasn't the only place they were at, right?
She would say inert.
Inert.
How many life signs outside of the cryo chamber?
She will tell you that she recognizes 2 inert life signs outside of cryo chamber.
Interesting. They're alive but inert. What does that exactly mean?
So she's like the ones in cryo chamber. She will say nothing's moving.
Okay.
Nothing is up and walking about from what she can tell.
Can you locate those 2 life signs?
She says she's unable to locate the exact location. They seem to be almost off grid.
Almost off grid. That worries me. Well, we're not really getting anywhere, so maybe we should just head across and see what we see.
Well, if we can fire the ship up, we don't
Yeah,
really need to wake the crew.
I'm gonna suggest that we look at restoring power first. Yeah.
So
Probably
again,
the bridge would be the most logical place. Okay, so the plan is we board, we scan the area, and then head to the bridge to see if we can get a better status update and see if we can locate where to restore power to be able to navigate.
There's a reactor core that I just spotted on Kronos Deck B near the back of the ship.
Oh, okay, that would help. I was only in the
There's
water.
also a reactor on C Deck with a reactor relay control next to it. So it looks like the reactor core might not be accessible via the B deck. It might just be accessible via the C deck. The control mechanism is definitely on the bottom deck.
Well, we are starting near the bridge, so we should. It does make sense to check that out first and then head down to the reactor relay.
The bridge. Okay, yeah, the bridge would be near the nose of the ship on deck B, I guess.
Well, in theory here, wouldn't we want to bring the pilot across with us? Because if we're going to fire up the ship and get it reoriented, wouldn't the pilot be one that we would want to do the reorientation?
Well, we'll examine the ship first. Once we determine it's safe and we do not have to take a quick launch, then we can bring the pilot over to start up the ship properly. I think our first goal is to secure the general area, make sure there's safe passage to the bridge.
okay.
As the corporate exec, I'm going to respectfully disagree. I think we should restore power first.
Yeah, so of course there's no point going to the bridge until we restore power.
I mean, the scans show that the ship has absolutely no power. We should determine whether or not we can restore power. Even if it's just emergency power, that would be better than nothing.
How secure can we make ship? Is there can we make sure that nothing can come across this umbilical cord once we're out? And how long would it take to disconnect the umbilical cord and launch if we needed to do it quickly?
We can seal it from our side, so theoretically nothing can come through that. Kayla could probably look at the engines and see if she can get them running.
So basically my question is, do we think we need to really leave the pilot here?
I think somebody should be left behind, honestly.
And it makes sense in my mind.
Kayla looks at all of you and says, "Yeah, I'll stay behind."
All right.
Okay, in that case, Kayla, you don't need the portable motion detector, so maybe that should be passed off to somebody who's going across.
Sure.
I just have this whatchamacallit gun.
Who's good with tech, actually? Who has a good high rating for...
That would be Kayla.
I mean,
That'd be Kayla.
And second...
John Jay, what's yours?
I'm sorry. I've got all of 4 dice with Comtech.
It's a keypad for the airlock, so we could just lock the airlock behind us.
Yeah, that's true. We'll just go with that because we need somebody manning this motion tracker so we know where we're going once we get to the point of tracking down survivors. And we know.
I mean, now I gotta go.
Yes,
Yeah,
you have
coward,
to
you
go.
have to go. Let's
Yeah.
go. Little child. Come on.
I have made my decision, and that's what we're doing. So let us head across.
All right. So everybody has their MK50 compression suits. You would know that as soon as you step through your airlock into the umbilical, you need to have your helmets on. Everything needs to be secure. You will now be breathing air supply of the suit itself as you make your way across the umbilical cord. So
I'm assuming that the air supply of the suit maxes out at 5. It doesn't start at 5.
So the compression suit starts with an air supply of 5. Its
Okay.
tanks are full.
Okay.
That number can only go down.
All right. Just making sure that we're not leaving with like half-filled tanks. That would be bad.
You have full tanks of 5.
And if we return the ship, we can probably refill them.
Yep. So the hatch. I'm assuming, Captain, you'll be going first.
No.
Or are you having somebody else?
Whoever you
Who
gave
opens-
the weapon to, put them in front. Yes.
I call them cowards. I open up
This-
my helmet's on. I open up the hatch and just go.
Yeah. So the pilot opens the hatch from your ship to the umbilical cord and begins to make their way along the 30 to 35 foot long extension from your ship to the next. As you make your way across this, it does flash through your brains that even though it doesn't make a whole lot of sense because you've been in a ship that's been completely surrounded by space to begin with, you now have a much smaller space between you and the deep, deep space beyond. This very small umbilical cord. But you make your way through. As the last of you steps through, are you closing the hatch behind you to your ship, or are you leaving that open?
I will be personally closing it and making sure it cannot be opened by anybody but one of us. I was just debating whether it should be just me, but I think I'll just say one of the 5 of us.
Okay, so the hatch...
Put a standard security code on it. Okay, gotcha.
There you go. So the hatch is closed.
Wilson will not have access.
What?
The hatch is closed, and you begin to all make your way along the umbilical cord. As you do that, we are going into a part of the game which is known as stealth mode.
Okay.
And what that pretty much tells us, in stealth mode, we began to kind of keep track of turns, and inside turns, you will have so much that you can do within a turn. So let's see here, in one turn, you can move up to 2 zones on a map, and you can explore them, scanning for enemies or getting a superficial description of these 2 zones from me. If you're a team, you can obviously explore the map individually or as a group. If you want to examine something, though, in the zone more closely, such as accessing a data terminal, you will need to stay in that zone for an entire turn, or possibly even longer in that single zone. And then, of course, I have the final say on that. But the reason I mention this right away is because by the time you have reached the other end of the umbilical cord, you will have reached the hatch, entering Junction A1, Deck A of the Cronus. But once there, you will have an entire turn would have elapsed. So because we have the consumable of air, then I need everybody...
Oh, please don't tell me to test air. My last roll was garbage.
The consumables. So...
It sounds like we can't putz around to get over here where we need to go.
Right. So when testing your supply of your consumables, at regular intervals, supply rolls, this means rolling a number of stress dice equal to the current supply rating, up to a maximum of 6 dice. For every one of the little alien symbols that John J. rolled a second ago by accident, your supply would decrease by 1.
Oh man, how often do we have to make these checks?
So right now, I'm doing that at like the end of what I'm considering a turn. So you have made your way across the umbilical cord. You are standing at the hatch, and at this point I would like everybody to make their air supply roll, which is what John J did a second ago. All right, so Miller, Cham, the 2 of you, your air supply goes down to 4. Everybody else's air supply remains at 5.
Does my success neutralize the fail?
Let me double check that. I don't think so on a supply roll, but I will double check. Don't see anything that says that, so I'm going to say no.
Okay, so mine does go down to 4 then.
Yep. All right. So so that is the end of that. You have reached the hatch at Junction A1 on the USCSS Kronos. And Pilot, are you still at the front?
Yep.
All right. What do you do?
Well, we need to figure out how to get the power restored. We're in Junction A1.
Well, you're not in there yet.
I open the hatch.
You're at the door. You're at the door.
I open the door.
I draw my pistol just in case.
When you go to open the door, Leah, you notice that the hatch is actually damaged, and the little wheel that opens it will not turn.
I got a cutter.
Cut open this door.
Aye, Captain.
You've got a cutter. What is the cutter? Do you have the information for the cutter itself? The gear portion of the...
I do.
All right. What does it tell you?
Cutting torch, weight 1, heavy machinery +2, power supply of 5.
Okay. So you're going to go ahead then and do a heavy machinery roll as you go to utilize this piece of gear.
Then it says I have a modifier of +2, so I put that in there.
Oh, our compression suit also increased our armor rating.
It did, yes.
10 die, and I get 1 success.
Whoops.
Yep. 10 die, 1 success. 1 success is all it takes, though. And you successfully have cut your way through this patch, and then you can make your way into the ship. But the other thing I will have you do now is make a you said it said a power supply of 5.
Yep, I already got that in my consumable.
So go ahead and make that consumable roll. All right, you still have all 5 power supply for that machine. All right, so yes, so the hatch has been breached. and the party has the ability to board the USS Cronus.
I did something, guys.
Yay!
All right, let's get in there, I guess.
So if we're at Junction A1, we actually need to go to the next level. At the next level, then we have to follow down through Deck B.
We're going all the way down to the last level, if I'm reading this map right. Am I reading this map right?
So we want to go to the reactor core?
So, the question is where are you all headed first? What's the plan?
Well, I'm going to probably take Kayla, and we're going to probably go to the command station while you guys restore power.
So you're all in Junction A1, and you do see that there is stairs, going down to the deck from here, and it sounded like the pilot and you were asking for Kayla to go with you?
Yeah, Kayla needs to go access the life support and monitor system and see if she can get it running from there while they work on getting the power up. So hopefully we can do it at the same time to save time, because we don't have a ton of oxygen.
Okay. All right, so you guys have entered into the ship, and so you and Kayla are moving directly down from Junction A1 to Junction B1.
I guess the rest of us are going down to C1.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm headed with the group towards engineering, I guess,
All right,
or the reactor core.
So everybody moves themselves down to Junction B1, which is over the map a little bit. And as everyone enters Junction B1, I would like everyone to go ahead and give me another air supply.
Oh boy.
Kayla is down to 4 on air supply.
Oh, great.
All right. We got to get moving, people.
Cham is down to 1. So just Kayla and Cham on that.
I'm down to 3 air. I'm going to die.
I am not very good at anything engineering, so I don't think I'll be very useful going actually all down to the reactor control. I'd be more useful on the bridge being important.
So at this point, when you get down to Junction B1, well, let's just do everybody else. Everybody else who's going down to C1, go ahead and move down to C1.
Well, before we go down there, from
okay.
B1, if we look to the right, there's EVA suits.
Yeah.
Oh.
So yeah,
so you get more oxygen
you would
there.
have.
If we get the power back on, right?
Well,
Would the oxygen... if the oxygen supply is just tanks, we might be able to. We should at least peek, right? See what kind of state they're in.
I would say we should probably look, because, it's a long haul to where we're going, and I don't want to be halfway there and then be down to, 1 oxygen and be screwed.
I think, yeah, it makes sense. Maybe 2 of us go to check out the EVA suits, and then maybe me and Davis go check out the army.
Yeah. What do you call it? I don't have good tech skills, so let's just me and the captain should check the EVA suits while the real muscle checks out the power fly, because I think that's more important.
Well, we want the tech. We want Kayla with us if we're going to do anything tech, so that Kayla should go to the EVA suits.
So Kayla saying, okay, before we leave the room, maybe I should use this motion detector thingy that you gave me.
Excellent idea.
M314 motion tracker. So let's see what that thing does. It says it's got a long range for indoors. Page 52 of the rule book. All right, motion trackers. Long range. It is a mobility roll +1. The tracker will automatically detect the presence of any large moving objects within long range indoors. So yeah, so that's going to be the mobility roll. Do we have any bonuses to that? Mobility roll. Yeah, +1 on that. So I have successfully used the machine, and it sends out a ping across the ship looking for any movement. I'm specifically looking towards the vestibule where we believe, from what Mother sent us, EVA suits being there. And I do not pick up any motion. Everything looks to be clear, Captain.
Oh, also, I'm noticing when I give command, under the command, I could actually be rolling for command, and it gives them +1 to their rolls.
Oh,
like,
okay.
Order somebody to do something. But I think I'd have to roll to see if my command is successful.
I gotcha.
So in the future, I could probably do that.
Mm-hmm. All right, so Kayla has given the all clear to go towards vestibule 2.
So who's going? Kayla, and then we want Wilson. You said you were going to the EVA suits, and Kayla's going to go with you?
For now, yeah, that sounds
so
fine.
Kayla will step through the door and in through the other door into vestibule 2. All right, where's everybody else going?
I'm going to the armory.
I'm going to go to the command station to see if I can get any reserve power going up in the command station to get any of the some systems going.
All right, you're headed to the bridge?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm going to kind of go to this junction here and see if anybody needs, that way I can go either way if anybody needs something opened.
So Leah moves themselves up to bridge to the command station, so to the far end up to the nose of the ship. Okay. Everybody has moved to their spaces. Everybody make an air supply check, please.
Oh, man.
At least you have all your air.
Vanessa lost
In the
an
actual
air.
game, how many sides of the dice are the alien symbol? Is it 1 or 2?
It's just 1. So on the stress dice, the alien symbol is on the number 1 side,
Okay.
and the success on the stress dice is on the 6 side, the same as the base. So yes, so on that one, Vanessa is the only one to lose any air.
Oh, I
on
lost
their
air too.
supply roll. Oh no, I'm sorry. Okay, Leah as well. Okay, so Captain Miller and Pilot Davis. So let me go one by one. The individuals having gone into the vestibules. So that would be Captain Miller, John Jay, and Kayla. As you enter into the vestibules, you will notice that there are places where there should be like escape pods to the north of you. Those are all gone. So those are
that's
like
not a good.
yeah, empty spaces where escape pods once were.
And we're all on comms, right?
Yeah, you guys would have comms in your suits.
Okay.
Also, the EVA suits are there, and I'm trying to see if it has any information specifically for the armory here, so I can tell you if there's anything. Armory, yes. Stripped almost bare. The room has a single Wayland Storm rifle.
Ooh.
It is much like the M41A pulse rifle, but it's heavy, and it has 1 reload. You also see a case of shotgun shells lying on the floor. Aside from a splatter of dried milky white spray on the wall, the room is clean.
Milky white spray. Can I do a medical check to see?
Yeah, sure. Go right
That
ahead.
is-
Good medical
so,
check that. Well, you got a success on that. You believe, and again, so this would be information that currently only the captain would have unless the captain tells you over comms. You believe that to be, from your training, the milky white spray of synthetic blood. Pilot Davis, you are up. You said you were going to be up in the command station bridge.
Yep, I'm just searching through there, seeing if any of the reserve powers up, or I could find anything or any of the stations are running.
So as you step up to onto the bridge at the command station, lights begin to flicker on, and lights begin to flicker on like the command station itself, but as well as around the entire command station. All the lights begin to come.
Excellent. So I gotta check the life support system then.
Go ahead and give me a comm tech. Mm-hmm.
Let me guess. You gotta have like 3 or 4 dice. Yeah, 3 dice. Yeah. Uh-huh.
I call Callie on the comm, say, get over here, I need you to check this.
Okay. So yeah, you tell her where you were, and she will come to you to the bridge. What does it you need me to do?
Check the life support monitoring system, see if you turn it on.
Seriously? You couldn't do that yourself?
You're the engineer, get to work. I'll check the command station, see if I can find anything.
Well, I mean, what would you all freaking do without me? Seriously.
Probably hear a lot less sass. Now get over there and get to work.
I'm sorry, Pete. Were there suits in the vestibule too?
Yes. So there were the EVA suits there. Yes.
Okay. So do we have a secondary oxygen supply along with the suits, which is why we came in here to look?
So it says equivalent to the Eco All Worlds survival suits. Yeah, the EVA hard suit has fully articulated rotary joints and self-actuating fingers, offering a limited range of mobility but the maximum amount of protection from the hazards of space. The helmet has a sophisticated heads-up display built in, and the suit has its own thrusters for tether-free zero-G maneuvers. The comm array on a standard Eco EVA suit is unshielded and thus sensitive to rogue transmissions. Armor rating 4, maximum air supply 6. Heavy item. So yes, so each of these, as long as they have been fully equipped, would have a greater air supply.
Have to get out of
They
your suit.
sound a little
They're-
bulky to go tromping around the ship in, though.
They
right?
are,
Am I
yeah,
right?
yeah. Yep. They are a heavy item for sure. Definitely meant for going outside of the ship and floating around in zero G.
Well, we found
All
what
right.
we wanted with it. We know we have a secondary air supply if needed.
Yeah, we could hypothetically tap their tanks if we absolutely had to.
Well, if I have enough actions while Callie is going to see if she could turn life support on, I'm gonna look at the command station to see if I can get any information on the ship.
So Kayla has, she got a success on her Comtech check. She just rolls her eyes at you, having called her in here because you should have been able to do this yourself. She says, "Yeah, no, everything's on. Everything is online. It looks like the power's up. For the reactor, life support systems seem to be functional. Oh, yeah, and it looks like it looks here. I can see the temperature in the ship seems to be increasing."
Maybe you should take off your helmet, Kayla.
She clicks the knob and lifts the helmet off.
Ah, good. You're dead. No, you're not. Oh, dang it. Okay.
She's like, it's a little stale in here, but breathable.
All right, I pop off my helmet. Now my canary made
Okay.
it.
I at this point, I think I would be communicating that there's signs that there has been some violence on this ship. The escape pods have been evacuated, so everyone be on guard.
Yeah, I respond to that call out from the captain. I'm like, Captain, I've got 2 missing escape pods over here as well. We have 3 EVA suits in good working order.
Excellent. So how's everybody doing on oxygen?
Not great.
Yeah, you guys can take off your helmets, by the way. Kayla didn't die.
Yeah, I'm assuming that the lights came on in our sector of the ship as well at some point.
Yep. All the lights they like slowly started flickering on in all the different areas. But yours the assumption at this point that the lights and the life support is on throughout the entire.
I'm sorry, Kayla didn't die. Were you expecting Kayla to die?
Someone had to test
All right.
if there was air.
If we've got air, then we can open the vent or whatever it is on the helmet and go off the stale air for a while to conserve our resources. That's fine.
I think Kayla and I will check out to see if we could find any information on what happened to the ship, to the command station and the stations here.
Yeah, if the bridge is working, I think I want to head towards the bridge now to gain information. We don't have to make the trek back to the reactor to jumpstart it, so that seems like the best place to go.
While they're walking, I'm at the command station still. I yell at Kayla. I'm like, Kayla, go see if you could find anything about what happened. I'm going to look at the command station logs to see what happened. I'm going to say, Mother, are you there? For this ship.
Mother is here. Warning, cryo chambers deactivated.
Just now? Mother, when did the cryo chambers become deactivated?
You asked her just now, and she said affirmative.
Yes, okay. Someone should get down there for the cryo chambers. You're gonna have to pop them open.
You're telling us through the comms?
Yeah, we're in the same dang room. And through the comms. Mother, can you tell me about any of the records, what happened here?
Cryo chambers are back upstairs.
I'm gonna use command, and I'm gonna order Rye to check her motion tracker. So I'm gonna use command to do, because I'm giving her order, and that was gonna give her a +1 if I'm successful.
Which
Unsuccessful.
you weren't.
Wow.
But yeah, so you wish Kayla to use her motion vector.
Yes.
So she will move from her current position to far end of her zone, so as not to pick up Pilot or John Jay, and she will try to use the sensor. All right. So yes, she rolled 6 dice, and she got a success from utilizing the machine, and she picks up from her location two pings, 2 moving objects. She assumes to be Captain Miller and Lyron, who is like directly outside the door from here.
Mother, please check life signs in the cryo chamber.
All life signs nominal.
So I'm gonna start heading down to the cryo chamber. I want a volunteer to join me.
Yell at the captain. Captain, maybe you want to see what the crew logs.
Right. I was gonna actually order Rye to go and begin checking the logs and see what happened on this ship.
Well, if we're going to get the crew, we should probably have a place to take them all. The mess hall's right there. I can go and check and make sure that's all hunky-dory.
Well, there's only 5 crew members, so that we know of.
The cryo chambers are up on
The cryo
deck
chambers
A.
are on deck A, correct. They're above you currently.
Yeah, there's an examination room up there.
That's true. It makes sense to take them to the examination room to check them out to make sure they're okay before we move them on.
Yeah, because I'm just thinking if they're waking up out of cryo, they might not know what happened to the ship, so...
Correct.
All right, so who's doing what?
I'm going to attempt to access the crew logs at the command station I'm right in front of.
That's going to be another ComTech check there, as you're
Lord.
continuing to use computers.
Oh, I got to stress.
Oh boy. All right.
Kayla, why
so,
aren't you doing this?
I think this is our
Lazy
first.
child.
No. Hold up. He did not get a stress. He
Yeah, because
rolled a
that's not
stress-
an alien symbol.
He rolled a
right?
stress die, but the stress die still gave him or her.
Oh, okay. Yeah, okay.
So it's still a success. So I'm not just gonna give you all the information. But you're looking to know what took place on the Cronus.
Yeah, I'm looking for the last.
From whatever
primarily last
logs
crew
you
logs.
So the last thing that you would find noted in the crew logs. Okay. So the last thing that you would be gaining from that is from the crew showing in the ship's log that 5 crew members put themselves into cryo sleep.
While it's loading, I tell the captain, don't forget we need to get some samples.
That's actually where I was going to go, since everyone's kind of doing something important. I figure I can go do that myself.
Well, I want to go down to the cryo, but I don't want to go alone.
You know what? If you want to head back to the labs to see what kind of scientific information is back there, I'm willing to go with you instead of, piling on the research up here.
Okay, so Cham and Wilson will be going to science lab, it sounds like, and Rye and myself will be going down to cryo.
Right before he leaves, I say, hey, Captain,
Yes.
I'm going to probably plot a course in here and put a delay on it. How long do you want in the ship?
Why do we need
I'm going to ask Mother to plot a course to the station and fire the engines after the time elapses so we can leave the shuttle and it'll just take itself there.
Is it possible to set it so that it goes only when the umbilical is detached?
I don't think so.
We need to make sure the engines function before we fire the engines correct as well, right?
I could check on that. I'm at the
You can
command station.
do an engine scan, program in it, and see if we can remote in, if we can trigger it from our ship.
All right, I'll see if I can create a link.
Yeah, that's smart.
I'll work on that. You guys are leaving
So,
me here. Seal the door on your way out.
The information that you received, Leia Davis, that log that they put themselves into cryo sleep took place over 50 years ago.
Anything
You
about why?
gather. It'll say the majority of the crew was killed. People began to get sick, causing people to mutate. And so those that had not gotten sick put themselves into cryo sleep, locking the door to the cryo chamber.
That's what I would do.
Do we hear any of that information?
No,
Or is it
not
just
currently. He's reading it. He's not being told to him. So
Okay.
Leia, up to you if you immediately pass on that information.
I'll tell the captain, be like, hey, Captain, looks like everyone was killed on board except for the people who put themselves in cryo sleep. Some infection was on board the ship, so be careful. I'm going to have whoever's the last one out lock the door in the command station so I don't have to look behind my back while I work on this.
Any information on the nature of the infection? Is it airborne? Is it contact-based?
Mother, what was the nature of the infection?
Mother will tell you that the nature of the infection seemed to be transmissible through the air as well as through contact. As you gain this information, everybody hears this information. Everybody gains one more stress.
Because we've all been exposed now, folks. We pulled off the helmets too early.
Well, I would suggest probably if you're going to go to any of the science labs to gather information that you put your helmets on.
Yeah. Okay. Helmets on. Hopefully it's not in this area. Oh, we can check the air scrubbers, see if we can clear it with the air scrubbers. I'm
I
assuming
see the shaft there on deck B. Where are they actually located?
So air scrubber's shaft is on deck B. Yeah, it looks like it looks like a shaft that runs between deck B and C along the stairwell. Is it also on A? Yeah, it's also on A. So it looks like it runs through those 3 decks south of the stairwell. So, okay. So where is everybody currently going? I think the pilot is staying here to try to do some kind of maneuver or something.
I'm going to try to create a link between this ship and our ship, or try to set a remote fire for the ship to send it to the right direction that we need it to go.
Okay, so you want to try to set an autopilot course.
Right. And either set it where I can remotely initiate it or put it on a timed. Basically, part of our mission was getting this thing back, so I'm trying to complete that portion. I know we still need to get samples and rescue the crew potentially, but right now I'm just trying to get the ship back.
Yep, absolutely. All right, so that is what Leia is going to do. Leia, to do that, you'll start making some checks. It's going to be a fairly complex check to make. You're going to go ahead and use your observation as you're coursing the navigation system.
Oh man, it's a multiple success roll.
But it is also a stress roll.
This is not good.
Wow. Okay. All right. Interesting.
So I'm super successful, but I'm very stressed out.
Yes, you're very, very successful in this check. Okay. So stunts. You can give a 6 to another PC in the same situation or trouble as you. You can gain a +1 modification to a later skill roll relating to this one. You can show off, knock down, drop it, outmaneuver, or damage. So for this one here, again, you could probably give one of the other PCs a 6, like a success on one of their next upcoming checks, or you can, because you could do both of these things because you've got two extra successes for stunts. You'd get a +1 modification to a later skill roll relating to this one. So like on your next check, as you continue to do this, you can automatically give yourself a +1 modification to that roll. And if you wanted to, I would tell you that you could stack both of those and give yourself a +2 modification to your next check.
They're fine. I'll give myself a +2 modification.
Okay, so your next roll will do that, but before we do that, you do gain an extra stress.
So now I'm 3 stress?
From that stress.
Boy.
Sounds to be correct.
All right, so am I able to get this all computed, and what's the result?
So got those 3 successes for that. Yeah, you believe you started a course for what you know to be the next closest Wayland-Yutani station. You've successfully set up the course, and you would just need to, at some point, fire up the autopilot for it to try to begin running the ship. You also know that you would then need to go to the other ship and pilot it, and or same thing, set an autopilot, or the same.
Can I do a time delay on the autopilot, or do a remote link, or just have to physically do it?
It looks like you would need somebody to actually initiate, whether that be you or showing somebody else.
All right. I said, Captain, I have the autopilot. I have the course set in here. All you have to do is hit autopilot, but we have to physically do it. So part 1's done. We just need to get the samples and the people. What do you want me to do? Stay here and hit it when we need to, or what?
Oh, was there anything more you had to set up? There was a couple other stages, right?
So yeah, so Leah's pretty sure that they've got everything set up on this end.
Right. Do you want me to head back to the other ship and set it up on our side? Or do you want me to wait here? What do you want me to do?
You head back to the other ship and set it on our side. That sounds good. Meanwhile, that path seems relatively safe. We've taken that path.
I head to the junction room.
Okay. So I think myself and Rye are going to go down, start heading back up as well, because we're going to the...
You guys are headed towards Cairo.
Cryo, yeah.
Me and the lifter are going to check out the lab. Right, we're headed back this way.
Do I need to do anything, Peter? I'm just going to put my EVA suit back, or my suit back on and head across. Do you need me to do anything?
Right, yeah. So yeah, you're going to put your EVA suit back on. You're going to go ahead and cross the umbilical cord again, because you're going to be like going into another ship that you know has good air quality. I'm not going to make you go ahead and do another air supply check. So you can just be back into the other ship. All right, and so Lyron and John J. The two of you are making your way along the hall, and you're headed where?
We're headed back towards the labs. What do we want? I don't know. Do you want to check the air scrubber shaft on our way back? What do you think?
I mean, if we can, we'll just, I guess, check the lab and then, yeah.
So the two of you begin to make your way down the hall towards where you know from the outline of ship is the science labs, where you will be looking for data or information about what it was the Kronos was doing here. As you're walking down the hall, John and Lyron, there's a door to your right that leads into the mess hall. You see that door?
Yeah.
It opens. As that door opens,
I immediately turn towards the door.
Oh, that's something.
Both of you see walking through the door this creature with a very like smooth skin, smooth black skin. Doesn't even, like, you don't even see eyes. It's standing on 2 legs, 2 arms. It's got it's very smooth, but then also with spikes, tail coming out from behind it, and you hear a hiss coming from it. Both of you gain 1 stress level.
Oh, of course.
Yay.
So, I'm sorry, what were you armed with? Because I was just armed with a grappling hook.
I've got a cutting torch.
Oh, crap.
The grappling hook works like a harpoon gun, so it would fire and do some damage if it hit.
Hey, Kayla and...
I'm sorry, I looked up the stats of this weapon, and its damage rating is 1.
It's okay, my pistol's damage rating 1, I think.
Not that it helps, but mine is 3, I think.
All right,
I'm sorry, did you actually grab that pulse rifle out of the armory, or is it still sitting there?
Oh, I have that.
Oh, great. Thanks.
So at this point, we are going to go into the rounds, rather than turns. We've been in the stealth mode. Stealth mode is no longer a thing for right now.
Oh, you don't say, right?
And so at this point, we will take it up a notch to rounds. So each person is going to, I'm going to see if I can find it real quick. This is where we'll
It's our
be
first
adding...
exposure to the xenomorphs. Yes, this is always the iconic moment in any Nemesis-like adventure.
But we did say earlier that Dan was going to die. So
I'm going to deal out initiative. I'm going to deal one to, let's go ahead and deal to the people who are actually like in the scenario the closest right now. That's going to be John J. John J. I'm going to click it and drag it. All right, that is initiative 9 for John J. Then Lyron, you have initiative 10. Our buddy next to you has initiative 6, initiative 2.
I don't like that he gets 2 cards.
And then we're going to go with our captain, Captain. You have initiative 5. So I don't know if there's somewhere to put the initiative number on your character sheet, so that helps us remember that or not. And then our pilot, you're going to be initiative number 7. Kayla is going to be...
I'm not even on the ship.
8. No, but you're still active, and everyone
okay.
has comms in their suits.
Oh, okay. So I might be able to help
assuming somebody is going to call out for some information here in a second.
Yeah, when we see that, I'm going to be like, oh, good Lord. Ah.
It's just higher logos first.
Yeah, it's going to be logos first.
Oh, Dan, we're going to get eaten here.
Considering that they move twice before either of us get to react, yes, somebody's going to take some damage, I imagine.
And you don't even have a chance to let me know that's an issue, even though I go before you, because I go before you.
I'm assuming that as like a freebie action, we can like scream for like little girls into our comms, and they will know that something is up, right?
Absolutely.
I would like to scream as a dignified person.
You both currently have armor rating, so did you make sure to make that change on your character?
Yep.
I did put that into my character sheet. Yes.
Fantastic. All right. So the creature itself is going to make a roll.
My beloved harpoon grappling gun appears to be a single shot weapon. I have one harpoon dart. Once it's spent, I gotta like reel it back in.
Well, you better make that one count.
Yeah.
We should have went down the other hallway.
All right. So the creature makes a roll. Okay. So its attack is a leaping attack. It jumps at the victim. It is going for John J here at the back of the hall. It says to roll for the attack using 8 base dice. Damage 1. If the attack is successful. So I'm looking for 6s here. All right. All failures. So I rolled 8d6. Did not get a 6 on anyone. So that is 0 success for the attack. If they had rolled successes, then I believe John J would have been able to roll armor to try to negate those successes. But it failed on its attack. It will move, stand between the two of you, and it is now Captain Miller's turn. Captain Miller, you hear screaming over the comms.
Okay, so I'm obviously running. Do I recognize the voices so I know which way to go?
Well, you know it's not Kayla because Kayla's right beside you. It definitely sounded like the 2 male voices of your say that.
Okay, so I am gonna head back down I'm going to Junction B. Can I make it hit to here?
You can do 2 fast actions or 1 slow action and a fast action during combat. So this is the starter set rules. We're going to go to combat. Run is a fast action. No enemy. Yeah, I would say that there's probably going to be like two zones that you could go through. So down and then out. Yeah, that would work. So you have moved yourself in. Go back to the turn order. It is back to the creature. The creature will go ahead and try another attack.
Doesn't want to do that.
Yeah, no, it really does. All right, so it rolls a 5. It tried the leaping attack as it jumped into the hallway going for John J, but it missed as it tried to grab a hold of John J. This time, it is now within close range of John J, and it is going to try to attack again. Roll for the attack using 8 base dice. Damage 1. Let's see here. So again, that was /roll 8d6. And we have a success, folks.
All right.
But again, you do have armor. So I think you should be able to roll for armor to try to negate the success.
Okay. I failed my armor check.
Those are 2
failed
fails.
my armor check.
All right, so with that, that was a damage 1 attack. So it tries a throat bite and does 1 point of damage to John J. John J, you take 1 damage out of I think you've got like 2 health.
Yeah, that appears to be the case.
Oh no. All right. It also says if the attack causes damage, which it just did, it automatically inflicts critical injury number 61.
I'm supposed to be a pencil pusher. I am kind of squishy. Yeah, I had only 2 hit points.
Okay, so critical injury number 61 to John Jay. John Jay, you have now been given a ruptured jugular.
Oh, that doesn't sound good.
This is a fatal attack, and you have the time limit of 1 round.
Okay. Aren't you guys glad, though, that the corporate shill died first?
You could try your medical.
I mean, I'm not going to be able to medical myself. I am literally bleeding out.
Next person up is Pilot Davis.
I go on the comms. I'm like, what's happening over there?
I'm assuming you hear some screaming. Captain, you probably...
Oh, no, I definitely screamed before my jugular was torn out. Yeah.
Captain Miller?
Yes.
You currently don't see anything because there is a door and a hallway between you all. Lyron, you're the only one who possibly maybe respond.
You guys need extraction? What's happening?
You would probably at this point get a lot of, oh good lords, there's so much blood. I can't figure out what this is. I think he's dead, man.
Oh boy. Okay. So that's the information you hear, Pilot Davis.
Well,
what is your response?
My response is, "Hey guys, I'm going to be by the airlock. Try to get over here. Let me know."
Oh, okay. All right.
So go through the airlock. It's still closed.
No, it didn't sound like it. All right, so it's Kayla's turn. Kayla is hearing the screaming and has heard that Pilot is by the airlock. Kayla is also not being paid enough, as she has said multiple times, and she puts her helmet on and makes her way through the umbilical cord to the Montero as she nopes right out of here. John Jay, it's your turn.
What could I possibly do in a state that I am in?
And on your turn,
in real life, you could pitch it yourself.
You have suffered a critical injury listed as fatal. You must make a death with the listed time runs out. The death roll is happening. The death roll is happening now. You roll for stamina, but you cannot push the roll, and you are not allowed to roll any stress dice. So you're just rolling a straight stamina roll. And your stamina is currently also at a -1. So what is your stamina?
My strength is 2. My stamina is 0 on top of that.
Well, you said it'd be 1 round. Would that be on the alien's turn that he'd have to do that, actually?
Oh, you know what? That's actually, not 1 turn, 1 round. Yeah. No, you're right. So this wouldn't be just yet. So other than that, it's still your turn. It doesn't tell me that you can't do anything. So I would still assume you have a fast action and a slow action or 2 fast actions.
Monty Python said, run away.
Yeah, like Mike, I'm imagining my character in this situation, and I think the thing that I would be doing is I would be flailing my weapon towards the thing and probably pulling the trigger. Although my accuracy is doubtful. And then the other thing I would do would be try to have any medical supplies as part of my exploratory suit that we handed out or not.
Everybody has the medical aid skill to try applying first aid. So you could try to do that for yourself.
You don't need a kit. You just need to stop it.
Yes, I will try to medical aid myself.
Okay. Are you firing first?
Can I do both these things, or is one of the other?
No. Only one of those is a slow. Both those are slow action, so you have to choose.
Okay, medical aid then, because I am literally bleeding out.
All right. So John Jay reaches up to try to, with his hand, try to stop the bleeding, to give himself first aid. So go ahead and make your medical aid check.
Okay. Modifier 0. This is actually an okay roll for me.
Oh, wow.
You got it.
2 successes.
2 successes.
So let's see here. So that also means that you get to add stunt. Yeah, so
I stunted once, yes.
So what would that be? Stunts?
Now, assisting next roll, because I imagine I'm going to have to keep applying pressure or treating it to keep myself from dying out. Yeah.
Absolutely. All right. So you're going to assist yourself on the next roll. Lyron, you're up, and there is an alien between you and your buddy.
I guess I'm going to attack it with my cutting torch. I got nothing else I can do.
Yeah. Attack away.
All right. So I get no modifier.
Oh, shoot.
Whoa.
It's a much different dice pool.
So, So you're gaining an extra stress here. Because
I think I'm okay with that.
Yeah. but then you also succeeded 4 times. The damage is 3. So let's see here. Where's when you do close combat stunts, you've got hold humanoid and a grapple. You've got more damage. You've got knockdown, drop it, and outmaneuver.
We're going to go with more damage on this one.
So its armor is 6, but this is a cutting torch. What kind of damage does it say it's doing? Does it give a type of damage? Cutting torch would be fire, right? This creature's armor rating is normally 6, but against fire damage, it is only 3.
Utilitarian blowtorch can be used for welding and cutting. Uses a weapon. It says it's armor piercing.
Yeah, so it's only got 3 armor against this weapon since it's using fire. So I'm going to roll 3d6 to try to negate some of your successes, I guess. To negate some of this damage. They were all fails. So you get to use your successes for extra damage. The damage that this cutting torch does is 3, it says, and you succeeded 4 times.
So it's +3.
So it's 3. At least +3, so a total of 6 damage.
Killing a xenomorph.
The creature did not roll any successes on its armor check. So, Lyra and Cham, how do you do this? What does it look like?
So Dan's guy goes down. I kind of just flip around as I hear this thing jump out, and just as an instinct, I just whip out the cutting torch and just shove it toward what I can assume is a head.
Mm-hmm.
And I would imagine it would be open, so we're going right for the open mouth and right in there.
Okay, awesome. Yeah, so you just go right in there, and it just burns this creature from the inside out as it catches fire and begins to move around erratically, runs into the mess hall and falls over, completely engulfed in flame, almost as if its body itself is highly flammable, and just shrieks in pain as it begins to die.
So, side note, whose bright idea was it to leave the flamethrowers behind?
Lyran also. As cool and as amazing as that was, you still did gain 1 extra stress from it.
Yeah,
it was on your cutting torch thing, so I just want to make sure that you noticed it.
Yeah, I got it on there.
All right, awesome. And then
I got to roll my power on my torch now, right?
Yes, roll power on your torch. It is now Captain Miller's turn.
Okay, so I 1, 2, I guess, because I have to move through doors, and that's an action.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And
so
I'm seeing what's happening, but I don't have time to do anything or say anything, I guess.
Yeah, so you rush in, and you can see one of your crew members is laying in a large pool of blood, trying to hold their blood in their throat, gain a stress level as you see this. And then, so it would have been the creature's next turn. So that means we've gone through a round. John Jay. So by successfully holding your throat there, you have successfully saved your life for now. But yeah, I'm leaning towards Cham needing to use that cutting torch to cauterize the wound.
What?
Holding your throat would only last so long.
Hey, I was successful on using the torch on somebody else's face. I got this.
So the torch that just
killed... I'm not in a position to argue much.
So if I can
croak or whisper or make any kind of communication with my throat damaged, I'll say something along the lines of Medlab.
And Cham, go ahead and make that torch.
No.
The torch roll for me.
So am I just making an attack, or what am I rolling?
I think it would be medical aid. Yeah,
I'm pretty good at that.
I think attack. Just finish them off.
So yeah, go ahead and do the medical aid for me. But we're gonna say that you're using the torch to do so. So add a +1 modifier to it, giving you an extra die.
Oh man,
look at that! Look at that! Successes. So Cham, yeah, you start to wonder why you didn't listen to your mom when she told you should grow up to be a surgeon. And you successfully cauterize the wound in John Jay's neck, stemming the flow of blood after having also just successfully killing the alien that attacked him. Everybody, that is where we will end tonight's session.
Guys, my back is starting to hurt from carrying you all.
Thank you for listening. If you have any feedback for us, feel free to visit us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, or Board Game Geek Guild 2989, or our website at tabletopgamingguild.com. Don't forget to like, follow, and/or subscribe. Tabletop Gaming Guild is a product of Tabletop Gaming Guild LLC. all rights reserved.